Dan, let's just reflect on Tuesday before we talk a little bit more about you, and there's plenty to talk about. A goal, 3 points, a dominant performance against rivals. You can't get much better than that.
Yeah, no, I'd say a perfect evening really. First and foremost, a massive 3 points, a great performance, I think, like you said, and it's always better when it's against your rival. So I'm sure everyone was delighted, and all the staff and the lads were buzzing as well. So a great evening all round.
Let's talk about your journey, because it's been a journey, Dan. I mean, it really has. It's a great story. Let's go back to the point that you were sent out on loan for the first time. Just spoken to Ian and said that can be a moment sometimes where players can get very disheartened and get down. Well, you didn't. You slogged. Was there a moment at that point, and then again when you went to Swindon, that you thought, I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them what I'm capable of? Yeah,
no, I think anyone that probably speaks to you before I went on loan, I think I was always confident in my ability to do it here, and never really got that opportunity, unfortunately. But that's football, and you have two choices at that point. You either feel sorry for yourself, doubt yourself.
Did you at any point feel sorry for yourself?
No, I think I always had that inner belief that I could do it, and I knew what I could do. And I think the lads would have told you when I was here, I would have always just kept my head down, working hard, and knew at some stage probably it was down to me to go out and show that I could have probably stayed around and hoped and prayed that I got an opportunity. But I want to play football. That's when I'm at my best, smiling, playing football. So it was down to me to go, do you know what, yeah, this is for me. I'm going to go out and prove myself and show everyone what I can do. So I always look back at that moment and think, yeah, it was probably a defining moment in your career, and obviously it's paid out. But no, you never quite know what's going to happen. But it's down to getting the people around you to, keep your spirits high and believing in yourself and staying confident.
And I would imagine that you've obviously gone away on loan, and there was that moment where you made the decision. I'm just going to knuckle down. I'm just going to play good football. But that experience has brought you back to Milton Keynes Dons a better player. You've gone away and played some really good football and been, loved by the fans that you've been playing at Hartlepool and at Swindon.
Yeah, no, I think there's nothing like playing football regularly. I think that gives you an opportunity to get a rhythm and show everyone what you can do. I think off the pitch, and I've probably developed into a much stronger player. The work off the pitch, the gym work and stuff is something I've really emphasised over the time that I wasn't playing, right, which has probably benefited me in the long term. And yeah, just playing in different, going out of your comfort zone, obviously travelling up to Hartlepool, away from home, staying in hotels, things like that. You learn a lot about yourself, and it was a big moment of resilience in my career, but one that I actually really enjoyed, taking myself out of the comfort zone, going and say this is my opportunity to show what I can do. So loads of valuable lessons learned, taking myself out of a comfort zone, but ultimately I'm back here, and I'm looking forward to it. I just want to really enjoy my football. I feel that everyone's really behind me and wanting to show everyone what I can do here. So it's ultimately brought me back here as a better person, but also as a better player as well.
Well, yeah, Ian Watson has paid testament to you as a person, as a human being. He's already said that today. I just wonder whether when you were at Swindon and you were, you were on fire. Let's be honest with you. You were absolutely on fire, and everyone was talking about you. Not just people here at Swindon, but in the league and in the world of football. Whether there was a moment you thought, oh gosh, I'm doing really well here. Will going back stop all that? Will it all change?
Yeah, no, I think ultimately when you're doing well and you're playing, there is a bit of that, but also it's a lot of it was out of my control. Obviously, I'm a player of MK Don, so whatever was going to happen, I was always going to respect that decision. From the time that I was at Swindon, I had a good few chats with the manager and other people at the club, Liam, for example, and it did feel like the dynamic had changed from how it was before. They made it clear how much they wanted me to come back, and how much the gaffer first and foremost saw me as a player that he'd love to work with and things like that. So that obviously makes a massive difference, and I was a lot more at ease after them conversations. But at the same time, you could never quite know what's going to happen, so I was just focused on Swindon in the last few games and trying to finish as high as possible. But I think as a footballer, you've always got to be open to what can happen, whether you've got a long contract, whether you've got a short contract, whether you're in and out of the team. It's always ever changing. So it's about being adaptable. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be back, and I'm really enjoying playing for this team and the manager and stuff. So I just got to keep going, and hopefully we can finish the season where we want to be.
I'm not sure how somebody your age gets so level-headed and calm about the whole thing. But I mean, it's brilliant to hear. You're absolutely right about coming back. You've come back to a side that suits you far more, a way of football, and maybe a coaching staff, let's say, that suits you a lot more.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think obviously probably one of the biggest transformations in me was probably moving from, say, playing as a wide man, where I initially came into the club, and I think the positions that I play now as a number 10, it suits me massively more. I'm able to show a lot more what I'm good at. I feel like owning around the box, scoring goals, creating chances. I feel like that's where I'm at my best, in and around the penalty area. So I think that's been a big evolution of my game, the changing position, and the way the team plays enables me to get in them positions more. I'm still obviously adapting, because I had a lot more of a bit of a free role at Swindon, whereas we're in a lot more of a structured team here. But from speaking to the gaffer and the coaching staff, is about recognising the areas of the pitch where they want to get me, and trusting the players around me to find me. So I'm still learning. I'm still open to speaking to the gaffer and Busty and all the coaching staff about where I can improve. And but it's exciting, I see the quality we've got in this squad, and it's really exciting because I feel like we're only going to get better.
In 2023, they were talking about your numbers and putting you up alongside the likes of Haaland and Salah and all that sort of stuff. I mean, you must have seen them knocking about. I mean, it just shows how amazing your 2023 was.
Well, yeah, I think to be put alongside them players is a bit different, really. They're doing it at an unbelievable level in the Premier League, but I can only play the level in front of me. And yeah, no, it was an unbelievable year. I think them things are just something that you just get in, as I said, get into momentum where you're going into games thinking like there's a good chance I'm going to score. And I think that's about a load of things, really, the confidence that it brings, but also the things you do daily, just behind the scenes in training, working on your game, but also that level-headedness that we spoke about, just trying to get in the right areas and trusting yourself. But yeah, no, I'll be honest, I was delighted with how 2023 went. But I think anyone that knows me as a person knows that I want more than that. I want to go again, and hopefully 2024 and this season I can finish the season really strong for me and the boys as well.
Was there an element of surprise maybe when a loan move was pitched to you in the summer, because obviously everything that you did in the first half of the year at Hartlepool, certainly the fans here were thinking we've got a cracking player here.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think it was more of my decision, to be honest. I think I looked at probably the system that we were playing at the start of the season and where I was fitting into that, and I didn't really think it would suit me best. So it was a quite open conversation I had with the old manager, Graham Alexander, to say I don't really think this is going to suit my style of football. And I was so big on how I did at Hartlepool, I needed to go again. Yeah. I knew that was massive for me in my career. So I had an open chat with him and said, I feel like I'd be better suited to go somewhere where I'm going to play in a position that suits me, and that will enable me to hopefully show again what I can do. So that was pretty much on me and my decision, and I wanted to go out and make sure that I built on what I did at the last season. So I think the club were great with that. They realised that was probably better for my development, and that was how it went.
I mean, that's a massive decision to make, isn't it, to walk into the manager's office and say, I don't necessarily fit your style. I mean, we saw you a few times, in your first year at the club, not with your head down, but those opportunities just weren't coming, were they? And there must have been some difficult times then as well. Yeah,
I think it's obviously every footballer wants to play football, and especially myself, I thrive when I'm playing football. That's when I'm at my happiest, was when I'm smiling, enjoying myself. Off the pitch, I think I'm the same character regardless, but there were some tough times when you're not in the squad and you're not playing, when you feel like you can help the boys. So that was difficult, but at the end of the day, that's football. As I said, you've got two choices. You sulk and you're down and you give up, or you do what I've always done and stay resilient and keep believing in yourself and find other avenues to eventually come back to doing what you love. So that was a tough period, but one that I think I'll look back on and think, no, I dealt with it well, and I know whatever happens now, I've been through it. So it's about staying resilient and trusting yourself always.
I mean, I know that we certainly kept tabs on what you were doing. I don't think I've written about a player who isn't at MK Dons quite as much as I've written about you over the last 12 months or so. But you know, the fans were obsessed to a point of how you were getting on, and you know that must have given you a huge boost as well to know that the MK fans were still right behind you even when you weren't here.
Yeah, no, I obviously as a footballer, sometimes you try not to look at as much stuff as possible because you want to keep focused on the job at hand. But whenever my family or my friends come to me and said, like obviously I saw many of your reports, so thank you for that. But also the fans, I was getting messages and stuff saying we want you to come back, and obviously it's really nice to hear that, you know, that even though you're at another club, people are behind you. So I'm really thankful to the fans, and they've been brilliant with me since I've come back. So I'm really grateful for their support, and I'm really hoping that we can finish the season really strong for them, because I think we've got something special going on.
And it has taken a little while for that first goal to come, but I mean, goals against AFC Wimbledon, particularly here, they sort of etch you in a little bit of a special club at MK Dons. How important was it to first off get off the mark, but also for it to be against AFC Wimbledon?
Yeah, no, well, that was the plan really. I was waiting for that game. No, I'm joking. Obviously, it was an unbelievable feeling to get my first goal. I was saying to some of my friends and family, probably one of the most special ones I've had in a while, just because of the significance of it. First goal for any club is brilliant, but circumstances have meant that I've had to wait a long while. But to do it in a game like that for the fans and for the club, it felt a great feeling. And now it almost feels like you got the first one. You're confident that more will come, especially in the way that the team plays, the amount of chances we create, the volume of them. But it was an unbelievable feeling, and also obviously the win for the fans and everything that's gone on with the gaffer and everything. It was a perfect evening really.